Success doesn't happen by chance. It's never about luck. It's about habits, the things you do when no one is watching, the decisions you make every single day, the standards you hold yourself to when excuses are easy and comfort is calling. If you want to change your life, stop chasing results and start building habits, because discipline will take you where motivation won't. Let me share with you 7 habits that can reshape not just your performance, but your identity, how you see yourself, how others see you, and ultimately what you're capable of achieving. Habit 1 saying, wake up with intention mornings, shape momentum. Don't start your day scrolling or snoozing. Start it by leading it. Get up early, get your body moving. Train your mind to dominate the day before the day dominates you. Winners don't wait for the right mood, they create it. Have a routine that demands excellence from the minute you rise. Habit 2, master self-discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's easy to work when it's easy. The real question is, can you show up when it's hard? Discipline is your silent engine. You won't always love the process, but you'll always respect the result. You don't train only when you're inspired. You train because it's who you are. Build consistency, not convenience. Habit 3, eliminate excuses. You can have excuses or results, not both. Excuses feel good in the short term, but they steal your long-term growth. Stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or other people. Take full responsibility. Own your weaknesses. Then work so hard that they can survive. Life doesn't owe you anything. If you want it, earn it. Habit 40, work like you're second best. Complacency is the enemy. Always work like there's someone out there who's more talented, more prepared, and more hungry. Stay sharp, stay humble. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start falling. Build your hunger into every rep, every project, every goal. Champions are always students first. Habit 5, protect your environment. Surround yourself with people who challenge your laziness and demand your greatness. If your circle doesn't push you, it's pulling you down. Audit your environment. Is it building your focus or feeding your distractions? Is it filled with people who make excuses or people who make progress? The people you allow in your space will either fuel your vision or fog it. Habit 6, obsess over improvement. Progress is addictive. Never settle. Improve your body. Improve your craft. Improve your mindset. Break down every mistake, every loss, every setback, and build from it. Become a machine of adaptation. Let growth be your obsession, not applause. Greatness doesn't come from staying the same. It comes from the constant decision to evolve. Habit 70. Train your mind like a muscle. Mental strength is everything. Life will test you. People will doubt you. You'll lose. You'll get tired. But if your mind is strong, nothing can break you. Practice gratitude. Visualize your goals. Stay grounded, but never stop climbing. Be calm under pressure. Be sharp under stress. Mental training is just as vital as physical training, maybe even more. These 7 habits are not random tips. They are a way of life. Adopt them and you will feel the shift. Not just in what you do, but in who you become. The path won't be easy, but that's exactly why it's worth it. Consistency, focus, relentless drive. These aren't options. They are requirements. Change your habits and you will change your life. 5 keynotes of the speech. Your habits decide your future more than your talent ever will. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. Surround yourself with people who challenge your comfort zone. Improvement isn't a phase, it's a lifelong commitment. Mental toughness is built through repetition, pressure, and patience. Your habits decide your future more than your talent ever will. It's a powerful truth. And it's one that many people overlook because talent is glamorous. Talent gets attention. Talent is what people praise. But talent without discipline, without work, without structure goes nowhere. Habits, on the other hand, are quiet. They don't get celebrated in the beginning. They don't make headlines. But over time, they build something far greater than raw ability ever could. When you commit to the right habits, you are essentially choosing to shape your identity and your results day by day. Talent is natural, but habits are built. Talent may give you a head start, but habits are what keep you running when everyone else has stopped. You see it all the time. People with incredible gifts who fall short because they lack the discipline to use those gifts consistently. Meanwhile, others who aren't as naturally talented surpass them through sheer consistency, effort, and smart habits. Because habits multiply results, a small effort done daily compounds. A slight change in routine repeated every day rewires your brain, improves your focus, and sharpens your edge. And over months and years, those habits become the foundation of excellence. What you do every day says more about your future than what you say you want. Goals are good. Dreams are powerful. But without habits that back them up, they're just empty words. If you want to be fit, it's not about how strong you are today. It's about whether you have the habit of training, of eating right, of recovering properly. If you want to be successful in your career, it's not about how smart you are, but whether you have the habit of showing up early, preparing deeply, and learning relentlessly. Your daily systems matter more than your intentions. Every small decision, every disciplined choice, every repeated action, these are the bricks that build your future. The truth is, talent fades without effort. It weakens without maintenance. And if you rely on it alone, you'll always be limited. Habits remove that ceiling. They allow you to exceed what even you thought was possible for yourself. A person with discipline and habits will beat a person with talent who lacks them every time. Because when the excitement fades, when things get hard, when motivation disappears, habits remain. They carry you through the lows. They become your safety net, your backup engine, your built-in standard. Look at any high performer, any champion, any elite professional, and you'll find that the real secret isn't talent. It's what they do every day. It's their rituals, their mindset routines, their work ethic, their focus. You'll find structure, you'll find systems, you'll find consistency. You won't see them making excuses. You'll see them showing up even on the days when it's hard. Especially on the days when it's hard. That's what separates them. It's not the big moments that shape your future. It's not the one lucky break or the one big opportunity. It's the small, often invisible choices you make when no one's watching. It's going to bed early instead of wasting time. It's waking up early instead of hitting snooze. It's finishing that workout, studying that extra hour, resisting that distraction, and doing it again tomorrow, and again the day after that. That's how real change happens. That's how you build a future that's not built on hope or hype, but on the foundation of solid, consistent, unstoppable habits. Talent may open the door, but habits are what keep it open. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. It is the silent force behind every achievement, every transformation, and every long-term success. You can have the vision, you can set the goal, and you can even have the motivation to begin, but without discipline, none of it lasts. Discipline is what keeps you going when the excitement wears off. It's what pushes you forward when the path gets hard, when the results are slow, and when your mind tells you to quit. It's not glamorous. It doesn't feel good every day, but it works every time. Discipline is doing the hard things not once, but repeatedly. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it. When your body is tired, your mind is distracted, or the outside world is chaotic, discipline brings you back to focus. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care if the conditions are perfect. It just demands that you show up. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they can't stay consistent long enough. Discipline is the tool that turns effort into results and potential into performance. There's always an easier option, always a shortcut, always an excuse. But discipline rejects comfort in favor of a commitment. It's waking up early to train while others are still asleep. It's saying no to distractions when everyone else is giving in. It's following through on your promises to yourself, even when no one is watching. That's where character is built, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. In the private moments where you choose growth over ease. You cannot build anything meaningful without discipline. Not a strong body, not a sharp mind, not a powerful career or a fulfilling life. Everything worth having requires sacrifice. And discipline is the fuel behind that sacrifice. It teaches you patience. It teaches you self-control. It trains your ability to focus on the long term rather than chasing instant gratification. And the more you train that discipline muscle, the stronger it gets, the more natural it becomes. What once felt hard becomes normal. What once drained you starts to energize you, because discipline doesn't just change your schedule, it changes your mindset. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And the most important system you can ever develop is self-discipline. It's what transforms potential into progress. It's what separates those who talk from those who act. It's what builds winners. People who don't just show up when it's convenient, but who grind through discomfort, fatigue, and failure without breaking. They may fall, but they get back up. Not because they feel like it, but because they've trained themselves to do it regardless of how they feel. You don't have to be the best today, but you do have to be disciplined today. That's the only way you'll ever get to where you want to go. There are no hacks, no magic tricks, no overnight breakthroughs. Just you, your habits, your choices, and your discipline. You can keep chasing motivation, hoping for the right mood to strike, or you can build discipline and take control of your life, one choice at a time, one step at a time. And before you know it, that bridge between where you are and where you want to be isn't just a dream anymore. It's a path you've built with your own hands, and that path leads to transformation. You can have excuses or results, not both. This is one of the most important truths you'll ever need to face if you're serious about changing your life. Excuses are easy to make, and they often sound convincing. They come dressed as logic, wrapped in emotion, and they always seem justified in the moment. But every excuse you accept is a door you close on your own growth. Every time you defend your limitations, you give them power. And slowly, those excuses start shaping your identity. They become part of your story, your mindset, your habits, and without realizing it, they trap you in the same place year after year. Excuses give you comfort in the short term, but they rob you in the long term. They rob you of progress, of growth, of confidence. The more you use them, the more powerless you feel. Because when you blame circumstances, people, or timing, you hand away control. You become a victim of your environment instead of the creator of your future. But here's the truth. Your life is your responsibility. No one's going to come and fix it for you. No one's going to drag you across the finish line. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take your power back. That's when things begin to change. People will always find a reason why something didn't happen. The weather was bad, time ran out, they were tired, someone else got lucky, they weren't given a chance. But behind every result is someone who didn't accept those reasons. Behind every breakthrough is a person who looked at their limitations and said, "So what?" Instead of using obstacles as an exit route, they used them as fuel. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They acted. They adapted. They moved forward. And that's exactly what you need to do. Excuses often come from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. But those fears don't go away just because you avoid them. In fact, the more you feed them, the stronger they get. The only way to shrink fear is to take action. It's to stop justifying inaction and start building momentum. When you choose action over excuses, even the smallest steps can lead to massive transformation. Because action builds confidence, and confidence crushes excuses. The people who succeed in life don't have easier paths. They just have stronger mindsets. They don't make fewer mistakes. They just own them. They don't always feel ready, but they go anyway. They take control of what they can control, and they stop focusing on what they can't. That's what separates them. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's ownership. When you stop pointing fingers and start pointing forward, everything changes. You stop looking for reasons to stay the same and start finding ways to get better. Excuses are seductive because they take the pressure off. They protect your ego. They make you feel safe, but they also keep you average. If you want to live an exceptional life, you have to stop protecting your ego and start protecting your vision. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. even when no one else does. You have to do what's necessary, not just what's easy. That means no more saying, I don't have time. You make time. No more, I'm not ready. You get ready. No more, it's not fair. Life isn't supposed to be fair. It's supposed to test you. And every test is an opportunity to rise. Once you eliminate excuses, the path forward becomes clear. It's not always easy, but it is simple. You get up, you show up, you do the work. Every single day. You don't ask whether it's fair, whether it's fun, or whether it's convenient. You just decide that results matter more than comfort. And that decision, when made with full commitment, has the power to completely transform your life. Complacency is the enemy. Always work like there's someone out there who's more talented, more prepared, more focused, and more hungry than you. Because the moment you start believing you've arrived, you stop growing. The minute you feel like you've done enough, you start falling behind. Success isn't something you achieve once and hold on to forever. It's something you have to earn again and again, every single day. And the mindset that keeps you sharp is the mindset of being second best. Not because you lack confidence, but because you refuse to be outworked. Because you know that someone, somewhere, is putting in the hours you're not. They're sacrificing more. They're training harder. They're studying deeper. And if you want to stay ahead, you've got to act like you're still behind. When you work like you're second best, you don't take shortcuts. You don't coast on your wins. You don't waste time thinking you've made it. You stay humble. You stay hungry. You keep learning. You keep adapting. That mindset builds pressure, but it also builds progress. It drives you to wake up with a purpose, to train with intensity, to execute with precision. You stop comparing yourself to who's behind you and start chasing the version of yourself that's ahead, the version that demands more, expects more, and refuses to settle. Working like your second best keeps your standards high. It doesn't let you slack just because you've seen a little success. It doesn't allow you to relax when there's more to do. It holds you accountable to a future version of yourself who won't tolerate excuses. Too many people achieve a small win and immediately slow down. They start thinking like winners instead of working like them. And that's where decline begins. You can't let past success soften you. You've got to stay sharp, stay on edge, keep proving yourself to yourself, because the competition doesn't rest, and neither should your ambition. The truth is, there will always be people with more natural talent, more connections, better circumstances, but those things don't decide your outcome. Your work ethic does. And when you work like you're behind, when you train like you've still got everything to prove, you close the gap, you gain an edge, you push past limits that other people accept, you create discipline and fire that talent alone can't compete with. Because while talent shows up when it wants to, hard work shows up no matter what. That's the difference. That's the weapon. People at the top didn't get there by thinking they were the best. They got there by outworking everyone who thought they were. They kept asking more from themselves, even when others told them it was enough. They stayed uncomfortable. They stayed in a zone where growth happens, not in praise, but in pressure, not in applause, but in silence. They didn't chase recognition. They chased mastery. And that only happens when you act like you haven't arrived, no matter how far you've come. There's no finish line in greatness. Every level you reach is just the start of the next. So keep grinding like you're still overlooked. Keep learning like you know nothing. Keep training like you've got something to prove. That fire, that urgency, that humility, it will take you further than talent ever could. The minute you lose it, you start slipping. The second you think you've done enough, you've already fallen behind. Stay locked in. Stay uncomfortable. Stay working like you're not there yet. Because the ones who last, the ones who lead, the ones who inspire, they never stop moving. They never stop earning it. Surround yourself with people who challenge your laziness and demand your greatness. The people you allow into your life either pull you forward or drag you backward. There is no neutral. Every conversation, every influence, Every relationship is either feeding your purpose or feeding your excuses. If you want to grow, evolve, and reach the next level of your life, your environment must reflect that standard. Too many people stay stuck, not because they lack potential, but because they've built their lives around comfort and convenience instead of challenge and accountability. Look around you. Are the people in your life pushing you to be better? Are they calling you out when you slack? Are they setting the bar high and expecting you to meet it? Or are they validating your bad habits, tolerating your excuses, and keeping you in a loop of mediocrity? This is not about judgment. This is about alignment. Your goals, your drive, your work ethic, none of it will matter if your circle celebrates average. You become what you're around. The energy you surround yourself with influences your mindset, your standards, and your identity. If you want to win, you need to be around winners. If you want to grow, you need to be around people who make growth non-negotiable. It's easy to stay comfortable with people who expect little from you. They won't challenge you. They won't question your decisions. They won't ask if you're really giving your best. But that kind of comfort is dangerous. It keeps you in patterns that feel good in the moment, but cost you in the long run. Real growth happens in uncomfortable environments. Environments where excellence is expected, where effort is noticed, where mediocrity isn't entertained. That kind of space forces you to level up. It demands your best, not your bare minimum. You need people who remind you who you said you wanted to become. People who aren't impressed by your potential, but are inspired by your discipline. People who don't just cheer for you, but check you. People who call you out when you're slipping, not because they don't support you, but because they believe in you enough to not let you settle. These people are rare, but when you find them, keep them close, because they are mirrors and motivators at the same time. They reflect your blind spots and push you through your limits. Sometimes creating that environment means walking away from the people who no longer align with your mission. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about your future to protect it. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going, and that's okay. Growth often requires separation. Don't be afraid to outgrow people. Don't feel guilty for choosing a path they don't understand. Your vision is yours, and you are responsible for guarding it. If your environment is full of distractions, negativity, laziness, or excuses, don't expect to rise above it. You'll adapt to it. You'll normalize it. And before you realize it, you'll start accepting things you once promised yourself you'd never tolerate. That's why it's critical to build a circle that demands progress. Find people who are chasing goals with urgency. People who are obsessed with discipline, focus, and self-improvement. People who live with intensity, not indecision. Their habits will become contagious. Their energy will sharpen you. Their standards will keep you aligned. The right environment can multiply your growth. It can turn your goals into habits and your habits into a lifestyle. It keeps you locked in when your motivation dips. It reminds you of your purpose when you start to forget. So choose your circle with intention. Audit your space. Protect your energy. Because when your environment expects greatness, you will rise to meet it. Every time. The habits you choose today are shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. Every action, every routine, every discipline you commit to is a vote for the kind of life you want to live. Talent can give you a head start, but it's your habits that carry you to the finish line. When you wake up with intention, live with discipline, reject excuses, work like you're not there yet, and protect your environment, your life begins to transform. Not in a flash, but in steady, undeniable momentum. Change doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen daily. If you commit to these 7 habits, not once, but every single day, you won't just see different results, you'll become a different person. Stronger, sharper, hungrier, unstoppable. The future is built on what you do now. So stop waiting, start building. Your best life is earned one habit at a time.